And today I have an absolute honor and pleasure of inviting this rare, and I'm going to call him master, even though he probably won't like that, but rare master of nakshatra and astrology. Please help me welcome Prash Trivedi.
Yeah, I mean, that's quite an intro, but the thing is that...
That's not enough. It's not enough.
So when I talk about Jyotish, Jyotish to me is a part of this very broad learning, which includes music. Like, for example, you're wearing a Pink Floyd t-shirt. So you have heard rock and roll and
Dark Side of the Moon, yeah.
Okay, you're wearing that. Okay. And now I have gone very deep into all the sound production devices. Like I play guitar. I play electric guitar, right? So, and I play with electricity, basically. So because electricity can make a lot of sounds. Like the amount of sounds you can make with electricity is much more than what you can make with any acoustic instrument.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because acoustic instruments will make the same metal jangling sound, no matter what you have, whether it's a acoustic guitar or a sitar or veena or whatever it is.
Yeah.
No matter how bigger that thing, it will not make certain kind of sounds. No way can you make the amount of sounds which electricity makes. There's a thing called tubes, vacuum tubes. I don't know if you know about them. Okay, all the guitar amplifiers from 1930s onwards used vacuum tubes. In 1960s, 70s, they were replaced by transistors because just to make things smaller.
Yeah.
So earlier tubes. Now the vacuum tube is the same thing as a television tube used to be, which connects with the other side, which I told you, the CRT.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was for connecting with the other side. And there's a lot of things like Enochian language and stuff, which the West came to know only by using CRTs, and those other side entities actually stamped those symbols on that green light. So that's how they came to know even these languages, Enochian language and things like that.
And correct me if I'm wrong, playing a flute or listening to flute increases your intuition. Maybe the sound will open up something in my brain.
Yeah, but I believe much more in electric sounds than acoustic sounds.
Okay.
Yeah, because electricity is where everything's made of electricity, even your body's made of electricity.
Yeah.
Your brain synapses, charges which are happening in your brain are electric. Absolutely. It's all electric. So we live in an electric universe, not in that thing. No matter
not
what.
An acoustic universe.
Yeah, it's electric universe. Now the whole thing is like, for example, Pink Floyd and stuff. No, a lot of their music is very depressing.
Yeah, it is.
Because they are in depression, so their music will be depressing. So all the frequencies which they are that thing, they will bring, they have got tamoguna in it more. They're not functioning by satgun, so they're functioning by tamogun. So they all of that thing is much more there. So electricity also carries that thing. So they don't, Pink Floyd people, they have not researched sound properly. So even the guitar player, they whatever sound he's using, I won't consider that a good sound,
Wow.
because that person doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're just blindly playing something. You know what I'm saying? They just plug into whatever amp they're given. They're not looking into what that amp is going to produce. What tube does it have?
Right.
What is this thing I'm using exactly? Like they're just playing something just because they've been given that. Like that's a totally different thing from knowing something. When you know what you're doing. Like in Jyotish also, either you can know something, you look at a chart, you know what you're doing, or you don't know. Or you can be like a doctor. Like the doctors which are all allopathic doctors and stuff, they don't know what they're doing.
No, absolutely not, man.
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. They're just being told in the book. They are just for the big companies, pharma companies.
They're just pharma company students. That's it. That's all they are. As soon as they look at something, oh, let me write your prescription. I'm like, dude, you just took like 30 seconds to look at it. Didn't even send me to a specialist.
Yeah, but for that, you have to open your mind first. You have to understand what doctor means. Doctor is not a good word in English. To doctor means to tamper with. If you doctor a document, what does that mean? If you doctor a document, that means you have tampered with it.
Tampered with it.
Yeah, it's a illegal thing. To doctor something is illegal. Do you know what I'm saying? So they're doctoring with the human body itself.
That is so true.
Yeah. So you have to understand what that meaning of that word means even in the first place before you go to a doctor. Like for me, like Jyotish was an eye-opening experience because it connected me to the Vedic roots of things. Like for me, it was a holistic thing, not something where to make money, to do readings or, like people turn it into a profession. I've never had it as my profession. So people turn it into that thing, for making money or that thing. If you turn it into that kind of thing, then it's obviously you're not very serious about it in the first place. Like you are not questing for knowledge. Whatever your audience is hearing, like I just want to get through to them that Jyotish is not something separated from all other sciences. It is very, very connected to language, etymology, sounds, music, mathematics, everything. And whenever people taught anything, people right now want to learn Jyotish and stuff, and they're not even, they are eating meat, for example. If you're eating meat, I mean, you can't learn anything. You're already in a very highly tamasic state.
Yeah.
Like you have to be vegetarian first.
I admit that, yeah.
Yeah. So you have to be vegetarian first and all of that kind of thing. You know, like you have to change your way. Like when people used to go to Gurukuls before in Rishikuls, all rishis used to teach them for first 5 years was how to just speak from the center of your mouth. That's all. So when they would say any shlok or any word or anything, they have to speak from the center of the mouth. Can't speak from left side, can't speak from right. Always speak from the center. That's all they were taught. Because if you don't center your body, you are in no position to learn anything. Learning only happens from the center. That's where your Sushumna channel is in the body. That's where the Kundalini rises from.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you are not always in the center, if you're not speaking from the center, your mouth is not moving from the center. You know, if you speak from an American accent, with an American accent, then you will never speak from the center. Because it is from the side. It's twangy. It's always from the side. You're always speaking from your side. You're not speaking from the center of your mouth.
Speaking in center of your mouth, what is it doing for us?
It programs your brain to come to the center.
Okay, I see.
Every time you speak, you're programming your brain.
Yeah.
Every time you speak. So I told you it's a spell. And any language programs. If you speak in Sanskrit, Hindi, Bangla, Tamil or English or any language, it will program your mind. And if you don't speak from the center, like your Sushumna will stay very narrow. It will be like a country road. But if you want to make it into a highway, big highway, you will have to bring your body to the center.
Okay.
So your body politic always, like when we have this thing in India like this, like that. That is for center only. Bringing yourself into center. You're bringing left, right together to bring into center. That's all. Center always. You know, never be sidey. Like a sidey person means an unreliable person. In English language even. Sidey means that you are not reliable. Straight means reliable. Straightforward. One has to be straightforward.
Straightforward, yeah.
Yes, straightforward. Like always in the center. You know, these things are much more basics. Jyotish comes later. What you're eating, how you're speaking, how are you holding your body, all these things come first. Your basics come first. These are all laws of the multiverse. You wanted to know, you were asking me what are the laws. These are the laws.
These are laws.
You have to be in the center.
And they don't teach that in school.
No, there's no school in the world.
Even in India, they don't do that anymore now.
No. India, they have not done that for 5,000 years.
Yeah.
Even in India, they have not done that for 5,000 years. That's why India is at the bottom of the pile. Like India has no knowledge whatsoever now. Because they've totally left their Vedic roots.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to copy the West.
Yeah, they're all becoming westernized.
They're not westernized though. Westernized means you have a thirst for knowledge. You're going after knowledge. Like India's fall happened when India became a Shishupal society. Do you know about Shishupal?
No.
Mahabharata. Okay, Shishupal was like the one who had a fight with Krishna.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know, there was a character, Shishupal. Now, what does Shishu mean?
Shishu means like a little
baby child.
Child, yeah.
Child, okay. Pal means the one who nurtures children. So they are called Shishupals. And what was Krishna? Gopal. Not Shishupal. Go means your senses. Gopal. And cow. Cows and senses. Two things. So he takes care of those things. He's just not a baby producing machine. Like Indians just produce babies, then take care of them, and that's all their life is. And when you become a Shishupal, you will not have any knowledge. Like even rishis were never Shishupals. When rishis had a child, even they would send it to another rishi. They would never teach it himself. When you have a child, you should never deal with it at all. You should be totally indifferent to it.
And that takes a lot of high knowledge to detach yourself.
Yeah, that detachment has to be there. You know, because that is bad for the child and both you. It's bad for both of the people because child becomes dependent on you. So it becomes a brat.
Yeah.
It becomes a brat, you know. And so India is full of brats. That's why. Because it doesn't take responsibility for itself. India, people stay dependent on their parents even at the age of 40 and 50.
Age of 40, absolutely true.
Yes. So they don't get out of the infantile childhood at all. Like, so they're not grown up. So then you can't learn anything, you know. And there's a difference between a kid and a child. Child means somebody which can learn. Kid means something which is a brat. Which is spoiled already. So English has two words, kid and child. Child means
they have a good father-son, father-daughter relationship though, rishis? Even if they send them, don't have attachment with them?
I mean, there's no relationship. There basically is no relationship. It's just know that is your father, but there's no relationship. There's no that thing like in India, like these kids can come to their parents and they are always on their legs and they are crying, mommy, mommy, papa, papa, like that. Like I'll tell you something about this. First. Like houses are 4th and 10th.
Mother and the father.
Well, yeah. I mean, it can't be 6th from 4th.
Yeah.
Your father can't be 6th from 4th. That's just not normal logic. I know when this 9th thing came, like it is always 10th. But you have to understand that mother and father don't mean anything in Vedic things. All Vedic stories, like if you go to the Prashant story, you found that he went totally against his father. His father was Hiranyakashipu. Whatever he told him to do, he never did anything.
Mm-hmm.
But that was not a bad thing. Vedic scriptures nowhere say that you should follow your parents, or you should listen to your parents, or you should listen to a single thing they say. Vedic scriptures always say you have to listen to the divine, not your parents.
Yeah.
Parents are not important. Physical, worldly parents are not important at all. They're nothing. They are the people who have brought you into this world and who don't know what this world is themselves.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And can't take you out of it.
No.
They have done you a disservice. They have not done you any service by bringing you into this world. And any animal can even create babies.
Yeah.
It doesn't take special that thing to create babies. Yeah. Even an animal can procreate. Procreation is not a special activity, which anybody can do. Like, so that's the whole point. Like this whole thing that you don't owe anything to your parents first. First thing, the Indians have all these misconceptions in their brains. That
it's around the world. It's not just India.
Yeah.
Around the world, we have this, like, our parents are,
yeah,
we need to respect and we need to
listen
to them.
Yeah, but again, listen to the words. There are two words, older and elder.
Yeah.
Now, older means older in age.
Your age, yeah.
Okay, you don't respect somebody just because they're older to you.
Older in age, yeah.
You only respect somebody because somebody is elder to you. Elder means EL, DER. EL means their Kundalini has awakened and they've gone past all the chakras and they've gone up there, and that's why you respect them. That's an elder. That age can be 20, 25, 16, any age, 30, 40, any age. So, Vedic stories are very clear about who to respect. These are laws. If anybody in this age, for example, right now, goes by their parents, they'll go on a totally wrong line. I didn't learn Jyotish because my parents wanted me to.
How did your enthusiasm to learning Jyotish came about?
No, because the point is like you want to know where you are.
Yeah.
When you are when you are 3 years old, 4 years old, when you first come to know that you are a being, when you first start to come to know that you are a being, then you come to know, okay, I'm something. You have a consciousness, which is not your name. It's nothing to do with your name. You just know that you're something. Whether you have a name or not, you don't have a name, it does not matter. Because you're not your name. Your name can be anything at any time. You'll still exist. Yeah, right now your name is Kapil, or tomorrow it can be Sudhanshu, it can be Siddharth, it can be any name. Like, you'll still exist. Your name might become anything. Or you might not have a name. You will still exist. You will not cease to exist. So when you are 3 years old, 4 years old, your memory starts. You come to know that you're a being. And when you come to know you're a being, you come to know that you are inside something, this big thing. You look outside, you go out and you see the sky.
Yeah.
You are inside some huge something. Like you are inside something. Then you come to know that you are a being and you are inside something. Then automatically the next question rises, what is this thing?
Yeah, what is this thing?
What is this thing? And then when you come to know that what is this thing, then you come to know what are the laws of this thing? What is the basis of this thing? That's when Jyotish comes in. To help you understand what this thing is. You're inside a field. You are inside a field. To use a scientific term, you are inside a field. Now, nakshatras are also 27 types of fields. That's all. So either you know about those fields or you don't.
Right.
Yeah. Jyotish is just part of understanding this whole thing you are inside.
Okay.
And what its laws are. But I wanted to know those even before earlier. Even at the age of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I always wanted to know those things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it because you kind of grew up in that Vedic environment where your parents kind of instilled this?
No. It's because I didn't have any relationship with my parents.
Oh.
The most favorable thing for me was that I was not attached to my parents.
Due to some reason, or just naturally you weren't attached?
No, naturally I wasn't attached. Like I didn't have this my mommy, my papa, this is my daddy, this is my mom. Like I didn't have this my thing. That this is mine. That's where people get caught. That is another being. You are a being and that is a being. That is not yours. It's a separate being. It's separate from you. You don't have ownership over it.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's the mentality you require. You shouldn't have this bad mentality, which is very bad for you, which is like my thing, my brother, my father, my sister, my this thing, my that thing. What? This is not yours. All of this is not yours. And that's what creates a brat. So it's my father, then I can ask them for anything. It's my mother, I can ask it for anything.
Wow.
If I want a toffee, I go, mommy, give me a toffee, like I'm saying.
So when you wanted something, what did you do? Did you want anything?
But the point is, you are confused first. When you come into this world, you are absolutely confused.
Confused, yeah.
Yeah, you are in a confused state of utter confusion. Because like even when Brahma first came into being, the one who created the Brahman, he first came into being, he didn't know who he was or where he was. So you have to go into meditation first to even figure out who you are and where you are and what is all this. Even Brahma had to do that. But beings right now don't do this at all.
Mm-mm.
Even Brahma, who is much more powerful, much more stronger, much more that thing than you, had to do that. Then who are you?
Exactly.
He doesn't have to do that. What? I mean, beings just jump into action in this world. You don't jump into action. You try and figure things out. What is this? What is all this? Where am I? Like you're just in a state of confusion. Last thing you can do is want something.
Exactly.
When you are in state of, you are feeling like that nothing is clear. For example, if you suddenly, right now you're sitting here in this chair and next 30 seconds you end up in another planet, then you'll be confused.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
You'll be like, where am I? What is all this? And you will not just start eating something, because if you eat something, it might be poisonous. You don't know what that thing is.
Yeah.
You don't know where you are. So you can't just go there. You see a fruit and you just put it into your mouth. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You'll have to figure it out, isn't it, first? Where you are. And when people try to figure that out, they only figure out society.
Society. And whatever the junk that it feeds you.
The whole point is always like when you're going into all this thing, like you have to first figure something out first, where you are at, And for that, you can't have this reliance on parents and stuff, because parents don't know anything about it. And you can't rely on society either. Like when you was thinking first, like you are a being and you are somewhere, you should not think that I'm in India. Like somebody comes to know like, okay, I'm in this village, or I'm in New Delhi, or I'm in India. That doesn't tell you. That tells you where you are. That doesn't tell you what you are inside.
What you're inside, yeah.
It just tells you where you are. But being in any country or any village or any town, like you can say, I'm here right now. But that just gives you a location, which is man-made.
Exactly.
But what is the earth below you? Exactly. What is where you are standing? What is that? What is below that earth? Where is that earth? What is this? You don't know anything about that.
Mm-mm.
You're just giving it a name. You're just saying, I'm standing in New Delhi or India or America or anything. These are just man-made names.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's nothing to do with what you are inside. Like right now, you are inside something. It's like a womb. Like you are inside your mother's womb. You are inside the womb right now as well. It's just very big.
Exactly. Wow.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah. But you have to feel that feeling first, that you are inside something. Then only you will want to know what it is. So, and if you become a person like that, the last thing you will talk to is your parents. You will have nothing to do with your parents.
But wouldn't be a natural thing to ask them, what is this all about?
Because you will ask them once, but they'll tell you they don't know.
That's true.
And the matter ends.
Yeah.
I didn't have to be a genius to tell what my father doesn't know anything. Even if I went to school, if I have a maths thing, my father didn't know what that maths was. I mean, there's no point asking him.
Many people are confused about divisional charts. Navamsha. What is Navamsha? We all try to figure it out.
Yeah, but you figure out things, basics first, secondaries and tertiaries later. I won't even tell people to study Jyotish at all. Like if somebody says to me, like, I want to study Jyotish, I said, like, you don't need to study Jyotish at all. Just learn to speak properly first.
Wow.
Yeah. Eat proper food. Learn to speak properly. Ask these questions. See that you are a being. See that you are inside something. Ask these questions. Experience this first.
Absolutely.
Jyotish comes very late after you have done all of that. Then you can go into that. Then again, you can come into the first chart. And again, you can find out Navamsha and stuff is very tertiary stuff. Because if you don't know about numbers, if you don't know what 9 means, then what can you tell about Navamsha then? Navamsha just means number 9. That's all. It's the 9th division.
9th division of your...
Yeah, it's the 9th division. So if you don't have any idea of what number 9 is, you can never really tell what Navamsha is actually.
So tell us, what is number 9?
I mean that will be a whole talk. I mean, I'll be talking in 1 hour just on number 9.
Then we would definitely have to do another talk with this. Yes. Somebody wants to know just on a mundane level, how strong. Some say Navamsha is not important. Some say it's important.
But there is no mundane level. You have to understand, there is no mundane level. There is only one level.
One, okay.
And that is spiritual level, and that is the only level. There is no other level. Like, if you are at any other level, you are just a slave. And all people who do 9 to 5 jobs right now are all slaves. There's no difference between mundane and spiritual. People should not make this schizophrenia in their brain. This is schizophrenia, all of this. That there is mundane level, there is spiritual level, there is this thing. All levels are exactly same or the same thing. There, you are never out of this. You are inside one thing, which is a complete whole. You can't separate it out. If you follow multiversal laws, you will not have to follow the man-made laws. Just like when Prahlad was praising Vishnu, Hiranyakashipu could not do anything to him. He tried everything. He threw everything at him. Nothing happened to him. Because Prahlad is going as per the laws of the multiverse. When you go as per the laws of multiverse, you are invincible. Nobody can harm you. Nothing can harm you. From inside or outside.